Well, good morning, Jagender Rana here. Spare the ships. Spare the ships. Iran, Ukraine, US have all targeted merchant shipping. That sets a dangerous pattern for global economy. After 16 cargo ships, including oil tankers, were hit within the first 2 weeks of Iran war, 100 more dropped anchor in the Gulf, unwilling to risk vessel, cargo and lives. There they remain stranded. Meanwhile, oil, gas, fertilizers, aluminium, sulfur, helium, and many more commodities have become scarce. This is Iran waging war by other means, holding maritime trade to ransom. In the north, Reuters estimates Ukraine has disabled 40% of Russia's oil export apparatuses. Its attack on ports and pipelines have reduced Russian oil flows by 2 million barrels a day, more than a third of India's daily consumption. European seizures of Russia's shadow fleet tankers have further thinned the flow. While all of these moves can be rationalized, their impact on the world is hard to justify. It's a settled point that merchant ships, unless involved in military operations, should not be attacked. That is because ships are what keeps the modern world running. Trade makes up roughly 60% of global GDP. Ships handle over 80% of goods trade, and attacks on just a few vessels can effectively shut down entire routes. So we are seeing this is Hormuz Strait now, but it happened in Red Sea not long ago. A house attack on a tanker Martin Luanada and the seizure of car carrier Galaxy Legend forced shipping firms to change course. 2 years have passed, but Red Sea traffic has not returned to normal. Meanwhile, freight costs have risen due to longer routes. We have perhaps forgotten the consequences of targeting merchant ships in war. Britain lost 2,426 merchant ships in World War II. US 1,768. Japan, which had built up the third largest fleet of passengers and cargo ships before the war, lost 2,346. By the time war ended, it was left without a single ship of over 1,000 tons capacity. At that time only, militaries had capability to sink large vessels. Now it's a lot easier. Iran, Ukraine, and the Houthis have demonstrated destructive capabilities of cheap drones worth a few $1,000s each. So the havoc that states and state-sponsored had bad actors can wreak is obvious. So steps to build a new consensus on the safety of maritime trade are needed. Ordinarily, US would be expected to take the lead, but its action against Venezuelan tankers in January cast doubt on this possibility. Developing nations, which suffers the most when commodities become scarce and prices rise, must therefore take a stand on freedom of merchant and commercial vessels. Thank you. Thank you.